Ruth Langsford has regaled fans with a rather mortifying tale from her neighborhood this past weekend. The beloved Loose Women star, 65, rocked up to Monday's edition of the show, rollers still intact in her locks, sparking inevitable curiosity. With a humorous gasp of "oh no," she narrated the ordeal to her co-stars, leaving them in stitches. "I was in my kitchen on Sunday morning making some soup like I do, but my fringe gets in my way." In an attempt to tame her bothersome fringe, Ruth placed one of her trusty Velcro rollers into her hair while cooking, oblivious that it would accompany her beyond her kitchen adventures. "Always in the kitchen I have one of these Velcro rollers in a bowl on the side, so I put one in, did my cooking, and thought, oh, I need to take Maggie out for a walk." As laughter echoed from her panel colleagues and audience alike, Ruth hinted at the predictable trajectory of her story. "Well, you know what's coming, don't you?" True enough, she recounted marching her dog Maggie around her local area, familiar faces greeting her and cars honking in recognition, or so she thought. Unbeknownst to Ruth until the end of her walk, a helpful beep from a car attempted to alert her to the roller still ensconced in her hair. A revelation dawned upon her return home, reflected by her front door. "Nobody said a thing. I got back to the house, and as I got to the door, I've got a very shiny, black front door, and as I was putting my key in, I could see my reflection." Her self-admonition couldn't be clearer. "I was like, oh no. Oh no, no, no!" Fortunately, Ruth and her audience found mirth in her blunder, sharing an image to immortalize the comical scenario. Since parting ways with Go presenter and husband Eamon Holmes last year, such glimpses into Ruth's private life have become rarer. After 14 years of marriage, the couple announced their separation, with initial reports suggesting that work commitments had led them to grow apart in different directions. Since the split, they have kept details private, but Eamon has been seen stepping out with his new 42-year-old partner, attending events and enjoying a lavish Mediterranean cruise. Ruth, on the other hand, is said to be adjusting to life sans Eamon, reportedly having his stairlift removed from their Surrey home. It's believed she chose to dispose of the £2,000 installation before the GB News presenter, who has faced long-term mobility challenges and recent health issues, came back to retrieve his remaining possessions. A source at the time remarked, "Ruth has remained quiet and classy. Even when people bring up what Eamon has been up to, she stays silent and just smiles. She thinks that is the best way. She has had a lot of support from her friends." They continued to the Daily Mail, but one thing she would see every day was the stairlift which Eamon installed. "Ruth doesn't need it. She's super fit and healthy, but she knew Eamon probably would struggle when he had to go the house to get some bits he needed for the holiday. The bedrooms are upstairs and he needed to get to the M. It might seem petty, but Ruth's friends think it is absolutely hilarious, as they think he has really taken her for a ride." You can imagine how furious Eamon was. He was probably expecting to be able to use the stairlift to get his stuff and quickly get out again and pack for his holiday.